Hello, everybody. It's Paul Neeson with Torah Life Ministries. I'm so excited. I got one of my best friends on here to show today, and she has a special event coming up, and I want people to know about this, especially if you have teenagers. You need to listen to today's message because there's a really exciting thing. Because a lot of people like to send their little kids to camp, and then sometimes their teenagers to camp, but they don't have any righteous place to send them, or a righteous camp. Well, that's going to change because Andrea Hazim is today's guest. Andrea, say hello to the Torah Life audience.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here joining you guys, getting to share my vision and my passion. Thanks, Paul, for having me on.
Now, some of you might recognize Andrea. She's been on the show many times before. She is a health teacher, a Bible teacher. She does it all. She does great stuff. She's going to give out a website so you can check out what she does. And many of you know her husband, Jeff Hazim. He's been on the show as well. But today we want to talk about, as you said, Andrea, your vision. So before we talk about exactly the camp that you're putting on, explain your vision and how this came to be.
Well, I'm a mom of 3 boys. I have a 15-year-old, a 13-year-old, and an 11-year-old. And I believe in leadership, that I'm raising future ambassadors of the kingdom. And with that, I've looked over in the summers and on breaks during school. I'm also a homeschooler for different curriculum that it's always based in how to train young people to be servant leaders. And one of my favorite books that I've read with my kids is a book called Do Hard Things. And it's written by 2 twin brothers that was really up to, they couldn't stand the fact that people looked on at their generation as they didn't expect much of them. And they wrote a book called Do Hard Things, but really the gist of it was starting a revolution. They called it a revolution.com. And it was to teach teens to rebel against low expectations. I loved it. So now when I go and I teach and I speak and I talk to adults and I say, these kids are putting you to shame, adults. It's time to get off the sidelines of your life and step into the game and really get healthy, take it on. God has a purpose for your life, a big one. Well, that message isn't just for adults, it's for youth. So as I'm imparting this into my children, I'm getting more and more inspired each year as they're growing to train. And as a homeschooler, I've been hired at times to train other people's kids. So I always have a house full of kids at my house, whether they're in my son's co-ops or people hire me to teach a co-op. I'm always around teenagers and youth, and I love them. I love that generation because really they're kind of floundering. You know, even believers' kids, they have this, you know, unworthiness. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm too fat, whatever it is. They just don't really know the potential inside them. So I just get so excited and fired up because I want to like reach into them and just pull it out. And God's just given me such a gifting to work with teens. I love teenage girls, especially because I don't have any daughters. And I love to be able to just teach them about their identity and really expose them to the ideas of who they are in the kingdom. When they understand that their dad in heaven is the king of the universe, Yahweh, like something starts to happen in their minds. They start to process life differently. Anybody, even adults. So when I speak and teach on health, and if it's a believing crowd, I love to talk about the kingdom and how we are children of the king. With that becomes a whole new way of living. And I don't know if you've experienced it, Paul, but when you just teach a how-to to somebody, how-tos are never enough. There's another favorite book of mine I love to quote that says, if how-tos were enough, we would all be skinny, rich, and happy. Now, why are we all not skinny, rich, and happy? Because how-tos are not enough. I could teach you how to, you know, cook incredible, healthy food. I could teach you how to be a great parent. But if you don't believe it's for you, if you don't believe you're worthy and your calling is to be healthy and your calling is to be an amazing parent or spouse, it's really not going to mean much, the how-to. It's going to sit on the shelf and you're going to have a healthy, rich shelf. So that's really my passion and my vision, is to impart that into teens because they're our future generation. They're our future leaders. I see them as ambassadors of the kingdom here on earth. They have a purpose, a unique purpose in every one of them. That's like a flower waiting to be bud open. So in my camp, we've designed it where there's incredible conversations. And the tagline of the camp, I don't know, can you see this, Paul? Can you see the flyer? Am I showing it okay? Where the tagline says, I stand, I lead, I serve. And the camp is called Identify. So they're learning how to identify what it is to stand in truth and who you are, what it is to lead yourself and others, and what it is to serve yourself, your family, Yahweh, the world. Any leader is a servant leader. Any true leader has a heart of a servant. So those are the big ticket concepts I'm trying to impart into these kids in a very short amount of time. We've condensed it this inaugural year to really give a taste of what I would like to do next year, which will be a full-blown 7 to maybe 8 or 9, 10-day camp on a college campus in Boca Raton, Florida. It's beautiful, clean, safe environment, and they'll be sleeping in the
next year. But what's happening this year? When is this camp, and how long is it, and how do people get in touch with you about it?
Okay, so go to identify.life. And you will learn everything there is, our vision, our passion, our mission, more about stand, lead, serve, about it's 4 days, starts January 24th. The countdown's on. 14 days from now, we will be launching this inaugural year. It is so exciting. We would love to have the people who watch send their students. We will have complimentary airport shuttle pickup if you want to fly your students in. I know I've flown my son to places for leadership camps that were phenomenal.
What's the age range to the people?
The age range is teenager. Now, some people have asked, well, can my 12-year-old middle schooler come? And to that, I would say, email me, call me, like on a case-to-case basis. If you feel your 12-year-old is mature enough and has had the birds of
11 years old, a teenager, 11 teen?
No, no, that's a tween.
Oh, okay.
They're in between. No, it's not a teen. And I would say we want them mature enough so if the sex conversation comes up and things like that, because teenagers want to talk about that kind of stuff. And believe me, parents, we are putting them up to purity. We're putting them up to holiness and saving themselves for marriage. Oh, can I tell them about some of the special events, Paul? It just reminded me.
You can, but real quick, since there's going to be young men there, are you going to teach them about how not to shave?
I don't think we'll be touching that subject. You do a good job with that. Okay. We'll leave that to you.
Okay, tell us what else you were going to say.
Okay, so every night we have amazing special events. Wednesday night is the first night of the camp. The kids will check in like around lunchtime. That night we're going to start off with some intense personal challenges. I don't want to give it away. It's like a surprise for the kids. And then on Thursday morning, we're going to be doing ropes courses. And if any of you have ever done that, love adventure, outdoor ropes kind of things, they're going to be harnessed in, of course, safe, but high up in these amazing wires, zipping and doing some personal challenges. Then that night or Thursday night will be more like incredible power sessions, a couple guest speakers. Then Friday, we will have a team building leadership training exercise where they're going to be building with other kids at the camp an incredible bridge, structurally sound. My friend who's an architect is the director of this part of the program, and she's doing this amazing program with them. That night, we're having an amazing, it's called Summer Celebration Music Jam. And I did that because it's also going to be an outreach night. The artists are believing artists, Christian artists. You can look them up on my website. You'll see their videos. You can go to their YouTube channels. Amazing. One is a sister team, homeschool girls flying in from Nashville. They're called Love Collide. And the other one is a local recording artist called Josh Bramos. Amazing, anointed, just takes you right to the throne room, his music. So these two artists will be putting on an amazing concert night. Then the next night will be what I'm calling the Love, Marriage, and More Show. And so they're not listening to me and my husband speak for 4 days. What I've done is I've gotten all different amazing role models that are in their 20s. Like some are newlyweds, some that didn't even kiss till the altar, some that are entrepreneurs, one that's a famous Viner right now that's standing in purity and letting it be known. Just different kids who are doing it right. And one, the student body president at FAU, where the camp is at, she is amazing. She's like an Esther. What God's doing with her on that campus right now is unbelievable. So these are amazing role models of, just a little bit after teenagers. So the step ahead of where my campers are going to be, they're going to be able to look and go, that's what it looks like to be a leader. That's what it looks like to be pure. That's what it looks like to be successful and to pray and trust Yahweh for my future.
How many people are going to be at the camp? How many spots are for kids, for teenagers?
Well, I'm prepared for up to 80 kids. So we have plenty of room. And sometimes, a parent may say, well, can I come and can I help? I'm totally open to that as well. If this is something new for you to send your child off and you'd rather come and be a volunteer and help, great. Just call me, email me. There's a contact form on my website. Anything a parent would want to know is on the website.
Well, give everybody that website again.
It is www.identify.life.
Okay. And you also have another website with your other teachings. What's that website if people want to learn more about you?
Well, we actually have two. We have one called biblicalhealth.tv, which is a network of all believing health experts, whether it's physical health, spiritual health, financial health, health in every realm, because to us, health really is, my husband calls it the holistic gospel. You can't really leave pieces and parts of your life out.
Health, is there going to be food at this camp?
Yes, there's going to be a meal plan. Some people in the local area will be commuting, so they'll be packing their own food just to save money if they don't want to do the meal plan. But others who will be staying in the dorms are, obviously they're going to be fed while they're there. So,
well, are they going to be fed anything in particular, like health meals or just whatever they want? How's that work?
Well, it's not a raw vegan camp. But it's going to be wholesome food. So yeah, and then snacks and beverages and all of that is being designed by me. But you wanted the other website. So I told you about biblicalhealth.tv. The other one for my husband and I personally, when we sold our chiropractic practice a few years ago, we kind of recreated ourselves and we called it fullstatureconsulting.com. And with that site, you'll see what we do one-on-one with people, or even in corporate settings or group settings. Because now what we're finding is when we launched our DVD series, lessonsforhealthyliving.com, that's another website, I always forget about that one, but you could find that through the other ones, is when we work with people, we're able to not just coach them on their health, but in all realms. Like I was saying, you can't have one without the other. So we always end up talking about their marriage or their parenting or their spiritual life and what does all that holistically look like. So that's a little bit about us.
That is wonderful, and I'm really excited about this camp, and I want people that are watching to have their kids go to the website and sit with them and look at the website, parents out there, and share this video. And, thank you, Andrea, for doing this. I know it's a lot of work to put events like this on, and I'm really excited for. I wish I was a teenager so I could be a participant.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Like, really what I've learned in steps of faith and trust in Yahweh and where he's brought me in this journey of putting on this camp. Originally, the camp was 9 days. And I think it was a little premature. I think it was a year ahead. So I'm ready for next year. So if you go to the website, you'll see the promo video. And don't be confused, because in the promo video, like on the flyer while I was covering it up, it had the old dates. But now the dates are June 24th to the 27th. 3.5 Power Pack days that we get to love on your teens and really mentor and disciple them in a way that parents don't really have their ear. You know what I'm talking about, parents. I just met with a mom today whose daughter was like a little scared, and I said, I'll come meet you. So we met at Whole Foods, and I just loved on her daughter for like an hour, and she just was so amazed at how the rapport that I had with her daughter. And she just texted me and said she'll be coming. She's excited now because she met you, and I could see how you had her heart in her ear in a way that a kid doesn't want their parent necessarily in certain years. I'm not saying that that you don't have a voice in their life, of course, but my goal is to turn their heart towards the parent and to have that reconnection and just help bridge the gap. Because when they learn certain things about themselves and their true identity, the things in their life that maybe their peers or that they starting to go towards, like my parents aren't cool, my parents are dumb, I'm not good enough, all that can seem to go away when they step up into their greatness that they were created for. They have a big purpose, and I want to put them up to it. So I'm excited.
All right. Hallelujah. I'm excited too for the camp, what you're doing. And everybody, the contact information is on the site. www.identify.life, correct?
Life. Identify life. Let's help these kids identify who they really are.
Okay. Everybody get there now and check it out and sign up, because there's only 80 spots, and I know it's going to fill up. So thank you.
It's only 14 days left.
Yes. Thank you, Andrea, for joining us on the show, and we look forward to seeing you again and hearing about how amazing the camp was.
Okay, thanks, Paul. See ya.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for checking out my channel. If you want more videos, you can click subscribe here right now, and you can be taken to my channel. If you want to check out my website, you can click here, and you can go to my website. I want to thank you for checking us out. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a great day, and a great raw life.